all know what pollination is. Really the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stick, right? Which enhance fertilization, right? And this fertilization is necessary in most plants. Farmers growing crops for the vegetative growth or for roots, they don't much consider pollination. But when you're growing crops for seeds, fruits and seed pods, you will have to consider pollination. There are some groups of, there's a group of plants, for example, that produce both female and male parts on the same flower. These are pollinated by gravity or wind. There's a group of plants that where you have the flowers being on separate trees, separate plants. There's yet another group where you have the flowers, the male and female, on the same plant, but separate. Now, pumpkins, the cucurbits, fall into this group. It is very important that cucurbits are pollinated. Cucurbits are insect pollinated. The bees, honeybee, plays a very important part in that pollination. It requires, for example, it requires between 10 to 15 visits of each bee for adequate pollination to take place in a for the development of the required pumpkin. Placing your hives in the field for pollination is very important. One of the criteria is that you should never place the hives where the bees become where they cause a detriment to where the spray drift cause a detriment to the bees. You should also ensure that while the bees are there for pollination, you do not spray your flowers because they will be killed. Then one of the disadvantages of pumpkin, the blooms of pumpkin, is that it is not very attractive to bees. However, bees pollinate it. The reason why it is not very attractive is that the nectar that it produces is not of that high sugar content. Secondly, is that the pollen grains, they are very sticky and heavy. So bees do not favor the pumpkin. So you will have to induce the bees to pollinate the pumpkin plant. Therefore, if you have other food source in close vicinity, close proximity to the target crop, you will have a problem because the bees will tend to gravitate towards that other food source. Therefore, it is best for you to induce bees to forage from your plant by getting rid of those natural shrubs, introducing the bees to the plant at the correct time. That is just about when the first male flower arrives. And the male flowers usually precede the female by about between 7 to 10 days.